Today, significant changes have taken place on the front line of the Ukrainian-Russian war. Ukraine's defense forces have struck another important object of the Russian invaders. Last night, a successful strike was made on the enemy's offshore oil terminal in the temporarily occupied Feodosia, Autonomous Republic of Crimea. A fire was detected in the area of the facility. The consequences of the damage are being clarified. The Feodosia terminal is the largest in Crimea in terms of transshipment of oil products, which were used, among other things, to meet the needs of the Russian occupation army. The task was carried out by units of the missile forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, in cooperation with other components of the Ukrainian Defense Forces. Measures to undermine the military and economic potential of the Russian Federation continue. As for the situation at the front line, 141 combat engagements were registered over the last day. The enemy was most active in the Pokrovske and Kurakhove directions. According to the updated information, the enemy launched 7 missile attacks on the positions of Ukrainian units and populated areas using 8 missiles, as well as 86 airstrikes, dropping 109 guided aircraft bombs. In addition, it carried out more than 4,500 attacks, 131 of which were from multiple launch rocket systems. The Kurakhove direction was attacked 18 times yesterday near the settlements of Novoselidivka, Hirnik, Tsukurine, Hostraye, Heorhivka, and other nearby settlements. Ukrainian troops successfully repelled the attack. During the battle, the soldiers destroyed 2 Russian tanks and 6 armored vehicles with infantry. Another tank was damaged. In terms of manpower, enemy losses amounted to 20 fatalities and 25 seriously wounded. Six battles took place in the Kharkiv sector. Defense forces repelled enemy assaults near Vovchansk and Staritsia. 12 combat engagements took place in the Kupiansk sector near Kucherivka, Novosinove, and Krylyakivka over the last day. Ukrainian troops destroyed 3 tanks of the Russian occupants that were trying to break through the defense and partially destroyed the personnel of the Russian attackers. According to the updated information, the enemy attacked 18 times near Druzhelyubivka, Nevske, Novosadov, Zarishne, Torska in the Lyman sector. Here, Ukrainian defenders used dragon drones to burn out the occupiers who occupied the forest plantations. This type of drone is very dangerous and unpleasant for the occupiers. First of all, it burns everything around it, including the occupiers. And secondly, the ammunition that also comes under the drone's flamethrower attack detonates from combustion and destroys everything around it. In the Pokrovsk sector, Ukrainian defenders repelled 21 enemy assault attacks in the areas of Minohrad, Lysivka, Novotroitske, Promin, and Petrivka. The highest concentration of attacks was near Krutyi Yar and Selidov. 9 engagements took place in the vicinity of Stupochki, Chasiv Yar, and Bila Hora in the Kramatorsk sector over the last day. Ukrainian defenders in this area managed to successfully defend their territories and destroy several enemy tanks and vehicles. Ukrainian defenders repelled 5 occupants' attacks near the settlements of Bohoyavlenka, Yasna Polyana, and Zolota Niva in the Vremivsk sector. Here, the occupiers suffered heavy losses in manpower. The Ukrainian military organized a hunt for Russian mercenaries at night. About 15 occupants were killed using 4 drones. On the border with Chernihiv and Sumy regions, the enemy maintains a military presence, conducts mortar and artillery shelling of settlements from the territory of the Russian Federation. At the same time, Ukrainian soldiers continue to actively inflict significant losses in manpower and equipment on the occupation forces, exhausting the enemy along the entire front line. Yesterday, the total losses of the Russian invaders amounted to 1,160 people. Ukrainian soldiers also neutralized 14 tanks, 31 armored vehicles, 64 artillery systems, 7 multiple launch rocket systems, 2 air defense systems, 65 tactical UAVs, 2 cruise missiles, 96 vehicles, and a unit of special equipment. Thank you, friends. That's all for today. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with the latest developments. This video was prepared by Hustler. See you soon.